Think about it. How do people take their position these days, this day and age? And now they're starting to unfold as to why they don't feel like they got to take that position like that anymore. But think about it. The reason why they were taught these things is because of the constructs and, kind of how this thing was built upon. If you talk about people taught labels, categories, colors, divisions, before they were taught connection, consequences, or even consciousness. And they share existence. But then you got the idea of race that becomes the strongest psychological system. Damn, man. Ever created because enough people accepted it as the absolute truth when it comes to race and how people communicate and how they pretty much when you think about it, is how people fellowship, how you fellowship. But every human being shares DNA, emotions, blood, consciousness, and survival instincts. And that's why the world obsesses over separation. It really does. If you think about how people build these newer constructs because they got the principles of the old world that they carry into their new situation and they create a benefit, kind of like how immigrants do when they come to America. You can't be a Black American and say, hey, I want to build a dojo in the Chinatown. Why can't I build a dojo in the Chinatown if I'm appreciating or maybe I'm appreciating and showing how much I love your culture. Maybe if that was the case, right? But they still won't allow you because you're not Chinese. But you're still in the Americas. So, but if you are white or if you are another race that maybe an akin person, what would they do? Shit, they'd allow you to, it depends on what you got, but they put the moral of the simple story is they put Black Americans on the bottom of the totem pole in their own country deliberately. You see what I'm saying? But check it out. I'm just showing you how to unmask things as to how they are. Think about this.